Well, there's been a lot in the news in recent years about the brain and meditation. You may have read that meditation increases gamma wave activity, or you may have read that over time meditation can increase the amount of white matter in the brain. Well, I'm not sure which of these findings are going to hold up in the long run, and in some cases I'm not even really sure what they mean. But there is one finding that's easy to relate to meditative experience in a pretty straightforward way. You tell meditators about this finding and they say, yeah, it makes sense that my brain would be doing that while I'm meditating. And this finding has to do with a part of the brain called the default mode network. And the basic finding, as in this paper that was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, is that when people meditate, the default mode network kind of gets quieter, it gets less and less active. And this leads to the question of what the default mode network is. And for the answer, we turn to the lead author of this paper, Judson Brewer, who, when he did the study, was at Yale Medical School and now is at the University of Massachusetts Medical School.
So it's called the default mode network because this seems to be active when we're not doing anything in particular. And if you think about any average person walking down the street not doing anything in particular, there's actually a whole lot going on in their brain. They're thinking about themselves usually. So they might be regretting something they did in the past, worrying about something that's coming up, planning for something, fantasizing. You know, lots of things that are happening in our brains when we're not doing anything in particular. And this network of brain regions seems to get activated or co-activated when we're doing these types of self-referential processing tasks.
So you might say that what the default mode network does is take your mind somewhere other than where you are. It does that in a spatial sense. In other words, you're probably not going to be focused on your immediate environment when the network is active. And it does so in a temporal sense, along the dimension of time as well. They've done studies where they interrupt people while their minds are wandering, and basically the default mode network is your mind wandering, and they ask them what they're thinking about, and usually they're thinking either about something in the past or something in the future, more the future than the past, but they're usually not thinking about the present.